Mahalo. Welcome back to some Minecraft playing. I'm Maligner. I've been off for a long time here. Finally got it moved into our new house. I've got a new machine. I'll tell you, it's a low-end machine. It's not a real fancy one. Hoping it'll be able to handle the game that I play, or games. I'm not sure about in the future what other things I might record. You may notice in the bottom left of the screen I have the Feed the Beast mod pack loaded, 60 mods. I'm playing with the Direwolf20 pack. I like a lot of the different packs, but I think Direwolf20 is a decent balance. I did start a world and play some of his map, but I'm not going to do that here because you can always watch him. I think he's probably a whole lot better than I am. That's goes without saying. I've got the sounds turned down a little bit. We're going to be on difficulty hard. I might make some adjustments as we go. Did a little bit of snooping. Gonna start another world here. Gonna go with this seed right here. I'll probably put this in the comments of the first video, but you can always come back and look at the video. I am gonna put in a bonus chest. Excuse me. The reason is, with very few exceptions, I'm going to try not to punch anything. So that means that I don't want to punch down my first tree because that makes no sense. Well, it does in the sense of Minecraft, but I don't really want to punch wood. I just want to see what I get, and hopefully I'll have the resources in order to, you know, make an axe or get an axe right off the bat. That'll save me just a couple of minutes, and it really isn't giving you that much. The biggest thing it gives you is some torches and a chest, but even so, that's going to take off some of that early game monotony. So anyway, we'll do that. We're not going to have any other cheats. We're going to call this Let's Play YouTube. Let's Play YouTube. Sure, why not? Alright, so let's create the world. Excuse me. So I've tried these audio levels. I have a different headset, different computer. Hopefully everything's going to work out fine here. And wait for it. Here it comes. Alright. So I did not load this world up beforehand. It read that it was a good seed with a lot of different biomes fairly close together. I'm not looking for difficulty in biomes. I'm just looking for, you know, a lot of options. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this kind of load here and talk about, just real quick, a few things. The future, I'll look for comments. I probably won't get too many. I haven't yet. Of course, I don't have many recordings, but if anybody has any personal preferences or requests, then I will consider, you know, following those recommendations. So my bonus chest must be up there. Wow, I kind of appeared in a hole here. So much for not using my oh, that's the other thing I wanted to do. I want to make sure that I'm on recipe mode, which appears I am, and I want to make sure that blocks, mob spawners, are disabled so that NEI doesn't have that extra bit of malarkey. Now I climb up there because there's now I'm trapped. I can break leaves by hand. That's not a big deal. I don't consider that cheating. So there's got to be a bonus chest here. Well, there's supposed to be. Here we are. Let's take that. Oh, we can get in there. Isn't that nice? Let's take these things and get, let's rearrange this a little just because I'm a little bit anal about these things. Okay, let's take this chest, break some more leaves. I am going to use some of the expansion, I shouldn't say expansion, mod pack features when possible. So here in a little while I'll make some sickles and use them. Looks like a swamp over there. Oh look, looks like a village. Let this render some more. Man, I guess my machine's a lot slower than I thought. Alright, so a village being there is going to make things immensely easier. So every once in a while you'll find things like steel. Looks like some red cobble. You can barely see it. Yep, red cobble over there. If you're not familiar with the Feed the Beast pack, I'll link the description to the site. I should say the link. I'll link the link. Oh boy, I just about took a big crap. Alright, let's just try to find a place here to settle in. Here's a hole in the ground, and I don't think there's a hobbit in it in this case. I found that with my old machine, oh, looky here, quicksand. If I'm not mistaken, that's quicksand. I don't want to get into that. Found with my old machine and my new machine now, when there's a lot of trees, when there's a lot of leaves to render, it really slows things down. And it looks like there's no shortage of trees in this area. More quicksand, swamp water, more quicksand. Should I start right here in the middle of this little... You know, the thing is, I don't know if I want to permanently be here, but there's cattle. Interesting. Got some pemmican seeds. Let's drop a block of wood there. Stop that. Let's grab us some wood. More wood, I should say. And something else I'm not sure about. The last time I did the Let's Play of the Technic Pack. Oh, I should discuss that. I meant to discuss that. My last Let's Play, I don't recall if I made a copy of save. I cannot find it. My machine went kablooey. All gone, never to be seen again as far as I know. And if it shows up, maybe I'll carry off from it again. Also, using the Feed the Beast, I like the pack. I like Technic, and Technic's made some changes that are interesting. And so I haven't been playing Technic lately just because it's hard for me to find time to play everything I'd like to, and that's, you know, includes beyond Minecraft and you know, any other games I haven't mentioned. So right now I'm just concentrating on one thing for now. But to address Technic Pack, you know, I haven't got a problem with playing it, and I may return to that someday. Just wanted to touch on that. Okay, so we got some wood. Let's grab some cobblestone. And I probably shouldn't use this right now. Here's what I want to do. Let's go ahead and make... I've got more wood here. Let's make a crafting table. Let's pop this thing down. Let's get some sticks. And this is, I think, an IC2 or maybe a red power item. The sickle. Use it to cut down leaves, grasses. It's a huge time saver. Helps you generate saplings very quickly. But in this case, I was just trying to clean up these trees and get to the log pieces so that I can finish chopping this tree down. Some of these leaves are just attached to nearby leaves. Like that'll probably, well, no it didn't. I was going to say the thing I'm standing on will probably disappear when I take that out. It's kind of funny. Not funny, haha. Come tell you, I struggle with the idea that some of these things that I'm doing are time consuming. I like to do it. I like the minutia of Minecraft. What I call the minutia. You know, the little chores. They can get tiring at times. But whether other people like to watch it, I don't know. I think, you know, I think it just depends on what else is going on. Some people like to hear, you know, the thoughts of others. I mentioned Arsenal Robert. I watched some of his videos, and lately he's been talking politics and stuff, and I don't care that he does it. I don't know that it's a smart thing to do. I think I'm going to avoid that, just because, you know, everybody's got an opinion. I think it's one thing to discuss certain opinions. It's another thing just kind of talk about what you think, and nobody else has a chance. And you know, I don't know that a Minecraft video is the place to get into deep philosophical, religious, or political discussions, even if you're interested. It's probably just not the right venue, so we're not going to do that here. And that's fine by me. I hope everybody else is okay with it. In fact, I'm sure everyone's okay with it. I don't know why we would want to talk about that here. Alright, so I like to get tons of wood. I love to get, well, caught myself there. I like to have lots of wood on hand. Well, that's pushing the envelope as well. And I don't know why that is. I think just because you can use wood for so many things. Whoops, punched a leaf. Yeah, okay, so a lot of that's going to disappear over time now. Just trying to hurry the process, because it's going to start getting dark here pretty soon. I'm not keeping a timer on my recordings. I'm not too worried about how long they are. I don't want them to be I don't want them to be really long. But at the same time, you know, you're either going to watch or you're not. I agree, sometimes I look at a video, Plump Helmet Punk does a lot, and you know, it's an hour-long video, and I think, I don't know if I got time to watch all that. But whether I have time at that moment, I still don't mind watching what I can and then coming back. You know, or even saying, okay, well, I'll watch, you know, 10 minutes of it, and then I'll decide if I even want to watch anymore. Because if it's 30 minutes or if it's 20 minutes, if I spend 5 minutes and I don't really care for it, you know, it wouldn't have mattered whether it's 10 minutes or an hour. I'm either gonna watch it or I'm not. So that's kind of what I think. Grab me some eggs of opportunity here. Well, these are all large trees. This is kind of crazy. You know, this will kind of open up the field of fire here. Whoops, let's take that out too before I start cutting away leaves. Had to go to the Department of Motor Vehicles this morning, and I didn't go soon enough. I kind of slept in. I got called back to work last night. I had to stay late, then I got called back, and then I stayed up just a little bit too late because I needed to unwind. I was gonna get up early and go, and I didn't. So I spent an hour there being bored out of my mind. You know, and the people were really nice. They really were. A lot of times they're not. So they did all they could to, you know, make it a decent trip. You know, if I could call it a... Aw, man. Now, how come I'm so stupid? I'm just going to get rid of that water spot. I'm just going to do that. Okay. I don't even have a weapon. So if anything comes near... Ah, man, what? You gotta be kidding me. Huh. Be dogged. I'm gonna need to take care of this real fast. Well, here's something I didn't have that I need to get. And again, I didn't want to just punch everything. But now that I have a shovel, let's make use of it. get some dirt. Put the dirt out here. Those of you saying, hey, you know, you're hungry, why don't you eat? This is going on, that's going on. Yeah, I know. I'll take care of it. I'm kind of taking my time, to be honest. I got plenty of, you know, after you play Minecraft a short time, you kind of get used to the way things work. It doesn't mean you can't get blown up by a creeper pointlessly. In fact, you know, I don't recall if I've said it, but I hate creepers. Zombies and everything else, don't care so much. You know, skeletons can ruin your day if you're doing something up high and they just knock you off. And, you know, that can be very bad. But creepers, they're so quiet, they can sneak up on you. Their AI is such that they'll hide, and that's extremely bad. Because if you don't know there's one around, they'll start tracking your little path, and if they can't get to you, they'll just hang out, and then when they can get to you, they'll come out of nowhere. And if they sneak up on you like that, most of the time it's really difficult to get out of the way. And even if you have a weapon, sometimes it's hard to, you know, stave off an explosion. And for the most part, that wouldn't matter as long as you have a little bit of armor. But it's them ruining, you know, ruining what you're up to. Alright, so we have enough here. I need to kind of rearrange my stuff. Let's put this crafting bench over here. Let's make 2 furnaces. We don't really need to, but we'll make 2. Whoops. I probably should talk underneath that furnace. Let's just knock it up here real quick. That is something that requires an iron axe or better, and I think it's called amber if I recall. I don't pay that much attention to amber. Don't need it much. I think it makes quicksilver when smithed. Not smithed. Placed in a fire. In a furnace. Can't even talk. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to put in a full stack of wood. If you put in a piece of coal in a furnace, you'll burn 8 items. Doesn't matter what the item is. A sapling will burn half of an item. So 2 saplings will burn 1 item. This is my mechanics of economics when it comes to furnaces. And again, this is where I'm very anal. I see people go, oh, well, I've got 3 things I want to cook. I've got two eggs, and they'll pop the eggs in here. And they'll take a whole piece of coal and put it in there, and they'll walk away. And that coal is wasted. Now, it really doesn't hurt anything, but it gets on my nerves. So I'll put 2 saplings. That's going to burn exactly 1 piece of wood and make 1 coal. Now, just because I'm short a piece of wood, I'm going to make a full stack again. I'm going to put 1 charcoal in here, and that's going to burn 8. 8 charcoal would burn the full stack. So since I've already put 1 in, I need 7 more charcoal to finish off this stack exactly. So I'll put these in also as I cook these, because I like to make charcoal and keep my coal in these IC2 and other mod packs, because coal itself has other uses. Give myself a drink. So what this is going to do, again, primary goal is 2 things. One is I feel like I'm being very clever. I'm not really, but I feel like it. 2 is it's saving my coal resources for other uses, primarily to be ground down into coal dust and to be converted into coal coke in a not a blast furnace. Oh, what's it called? Let's see if it's called a furnace at all. There's blast furnace. I don't remember what it's called. Alright, maybe I should show you around NEI. Now we'll do that as we go. So there's 7 charcoal. That'll turn the rest of the wood into charcoal. Now as that's happening, What else do I need? I have that. Let's kind of get geared up here a little bit. Let's grab some wood. Make lots of sticks. We've got an extra one. We'll make another shovel. We'll make 3 more picks, because we'll probably use them. I'll probably use them off camera. 1 more axe. Probably 2 more axes. Gonna have a stone hoe. Yeah. And a sword. Actually, I know what else I want. I want 2 swords and, come on, another sickle. Now, I'm not leaving myself much room here, but honestly, I'm not going to be getting that much stuff that I can't just pop in this box right here. So we're going to put the rest of this stuff in there for now. Now we're going to keep these. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, after I did that, I knew I'd forget that. Let's get 2 wood. Yeah. So I can just pop these in here. Get lots more sticks. And many more torches. Now, as that's working, I'm going to grab some more cobblestone. It's going to be daylight pretty soon. I should have grabbed that one. Doesn't matter. I kind of tend to want to keep my inventory somewhat manageable. There's an automatic feature as part of inventory tweaks. I think if I push the middle mouse button, it kind of rearranges things. And I can live with that, but it kind of drives me bonkers because I like everything kind of lined up in a row. Isn't that kind of stupid or odd? But I do. I don't know why, but I do. So every once in a while I'll click that by accident and make myself quite angry. So if we're lucky, we'll hit some iron or some charcoal, or not charcoal, some copper. You may notice the mini-map at the top right, the bottom number 73.62, 73. We're at level 73 is what that's saying. Well, it kind of says we're at level 72, so I don't know if the 73 is where my head's at. And the feet are at 72, I guess that's what that means. Let me get up here. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So my feet are at 72. Copper, I believe, spawns at level 75 and lower. And tin is... No, I said that wrong. Copper is 75 to 30. And tin is 40 down to 15 or 25, I think. 20. I don't know. What I usually do, we'll get to the mining a little later. I'll probably do a lot of it off camera because it's pretty monotonous. Again, some people like to watch it, some don't. You know, I like to watch some of it when I'm watching other people work. But yeah, I don't want to watch hours and hours of it. Let's go take care of Mr. Skelly. So when you're approaching a skeleton, run at a somewhat parallel to the enemy, and the first arrow will always miss. Not a huge deal, but that's of some use. Alright, I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to pop through this way. And if nothing else, I'm going to clean out this tree because I don't like it kind of clumping up. I like trees. You know, certainly I like the wood that they give me. But I'm not a fan of the way they kind of create, you know, shade for critters to live and spawn in. And also, oh boy. Oh yeah, I got that. That's 2 in a row for the shards of minium. So the minium stone is part of Equivalent Exchange 3. That is an overpowered mod, and I may or may not use it. I'm going to avoid using it, much of it, because of how overpowered it is. You know, if you're familiar with the minium stone, you probably know what I'm talking about. You may not feel it's overpowered, and it's really overpowered only for a couple of reasons. It's kind of nice that you have the option to do some of the things that you have the option to do, particularly when you're hurting for certain resources. But because that makes those resources so easy to get, that's where I feel that it's overpowered. I don't think I'm the only one, but you know, I don't know. Everybody's got their own opinion on that as well, I guess. So maybe I shouldn't say too much about that. I don't mind, you know, having a disagreement. I just, in matters where people have their own opinion, they usually don't care what your opinion is. It's just a fact. So I try not to bother wasting everyone's time when it just comes to telling everybody what I think and feel. So this is a nice little kind of cramped, interesting area. That's a nice view. Oh, and I should address texture packs. So there's some texture packs that can be directly downloaded by the Feed the Beast launcher, ones that work with Direwolf, and I'm not a fan of any of them. I don't hate them, but I don't want them. So right now I'm not going to use a texture pack. There may be some that work that I haven't seen, and I just haven't bothered checking into it. I'm just not excited about trying anything different. Oh, here's a normal tree. Aren't you odd? You're the oddball. You're the black sheep. Okay. So I am curious how many people are just bored to tears now. In other news, I'd like to talk about real quick, one of my favorite YouTubers, DJ Rod W, had some personal tragedy. I don't know him, he doesn't know me from Adam. Oh my. But that wasn't the point of me bringing him up. He has recently posted a video, and he's actually starting a he's starting a Feed the Beast YouTube video. I was recently just trying to, I had watched it. It's like an introduction. It's only like a minute and a half long, no talking. And his videos, you know, he knows what he's doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I just like to record and then I upload it. I don't edit it much. Don't have intros or anything. I don't have any added music. Pretty boring. So in his videos, he does all that, and you know, it's interesting, fun to watch the video he posted, even though it's short. But I did notice, I was trying to get on there and post to him, in case he didn't realize it, that if he's going to play IC2, he's started on this island. And it's hard to tell how remote the island is, but he's going to have to get in a boat and go somewhere to try to find rubber. Now that doesn't mean it's impossible, but I've played a few ocean maps where the next island was quite far away. And that kind of stinks. Now, all you need are, you know, 1 or 2 saplings and then you're good to go anyway. You know, his island has limited size, but he can expand it. He can transplant dirt from other parts of the island. But that would be the one sore spot of the mod, is getting rubber. Now if he's going to skip IC2, well then I don't know. I like IC2 because of things like the mining drill and things like that. you know, impossible to make those without rubber. So let's just see what he does. So, like I said, I like to grab a bunch of wood. I'm still kind of feeling out what I'm doing here. I think I might spend another night and go searching around and see if there's someplace maybe a little more interesting. I like a little more open areas because I like to have space for farms. I don't mind building underground, making tree farms underground and whatnot. Sometimes I do a little bit of both. Sometimes I have, you know, sub basements and you know, really kind of just move stuff around. But I don't like to be shoehorned either. I like to have the flexibility to move, or you know, to build where I want. And with all these hills, even though it's interesting to look at, I don't know how it's going to pan out in the long run. I'm not a great builder, that's for sure. Oh, but you know what? Here's some marble. And usually if you see marble, there's more marble by it. There's more nearby. You know, it generally means that you're just seeing part of what's there. So here's my area. My little hole in the ground. I'd heard a bat earlier. Let's have a look. Let's go down here real quick. Oh, I should show you real quick if you don't know. The power of the sickle also on grass. Oh, used up the whole sickle, and that's why I made an extra one. Because I knew I was going to be out. I should go down here yeah, let's go down here real quick. Because what I'm looking for is seeds. I don't need seeds right now that bad, but if I don't grab them right away. So we're down at level 65, and that probably connects. Oh my, yep, there's more marble there. There's copper. So this marble mine, I kind of like to build with marble. You know, it's easy to knock down. It breaks quicker than cobblestone when you're using your pick. Let's go over here because this is going to be connected almost. Yeah, this is connected. And the other side of that, this is why I made so many torches, because when you start using them, they go fast. Let's move this down one. Now this is something I really want. The coal I can come back for because I'm making charcoal. That's my MO. I'm the charcoal bandit. I'm a big Home Alone fan. I like to, of course, Charcoal Bandit isn't part of it, but you know, I like to mess up quotes as well. I mean, I don't know which is better, quoting things or incorrectly quoting them. There's room in my life for both. So that's either a whole stack of iron or, oh, it's more than, wow, I'm not paying any attention. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, I don't know if I'm going to move down here or if I'm just going to connect it. Yeah, so at least if I stay, this is, oh, see, and then there's some more here. But not much more. I don't think that goes very far. It's getting dark. Ah, it goes outside. Clever. Wow. This place is a maze. Now I've left my stuff up there. So this is I thought that was aluminum, but it might be oh, what's it called? Nah, I don't want to cut it down. Let's eat some apples. I wish apples were as good for me for real as they are here. was it I said? There's a river there. Over here's my so if I go up here, this should be near my room, but I'm way low. I was at 73. Yeah, I was at 73. This is probably pointless because I don't really have to connect. I tend to like to make connected structures. I shouldn't say buildings or caves even. You know, if I have a cave or a structure, I like to connect it. So I need, let's go one more before we turn it. We're going to turn the corner. No pun intended. Ah, looky there. Well, that wasn't exactly what I'd hoped for. So I really didn't do a good job there. If there was a creeper hanging around, he would have been sitting here waiting on me. So there's the 48 charcoal, which is shy. The how many did I use? 8. I think I used, yeah, I used 8, and then I also used some to make torches. So 48. I have almost another stack of wood, but I used some. I have wheat seeds, 1 flax seed, henequen seeds, and corn kernels, and another egg. I got some nice stuff going on here. Haven't been in any trouble, haven't been in any distress. I'm gonna pop one of these in there, and this is why. This will take 12 saplings to cook that. I'll go ahead and cook it just for now. I probably should have waited, but that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. Let's put a torch there just for giggles. Now, next moves. What shall I do? Where shall I go? This is a dead end, but there was no other. Let's see what this is. Yeah, see, it's aluminum. Now, aluminum, if I'm not mistaken, you can turn that into aluminum ore, which can be smelted into aluminum, I think. Wow, that just goes in a circle. It's pretty much pointless. And then you can make aluminum cans. And aluminum cans have very limited use that I've found, unless I'm missing something. I'm not a big fan of aluminum. It's pretty much a throwaway metal, which is kind of odd. A lot of the metals are resources that once you use them, you kind of wish you could recycle it when you're done with it, or you need more. Aluminum's not the same. When you use aluminum, it's only for a specific purpose, usually just to move liquids from one point to another. When you have less useful means to do so, like early on in your game. So you can use a small amount of aluminum to make a large number of aluminum cans, and grab lava or biomass or some kind of fluid with it, take it somewhere, and then when you put it in the machine to transfer the fluid, the can disappears. It eats your can. Yeah, you can't break this with stone picks. That's alright. I'm going to fill up my inventory if I'm not careful. But I just want to show you, see how quick that marble breaks. More coal. Which one's that? That goes out? No, that's back up to my area. And the one thing I don't like about marble is when it seeds, there's huge deposits, but a lot of the times they're so scattered, the way it's spread out. It's not in a nice clump. You'll start working on cutting it out, and maybe you'll work to your left, and the vein will go down and it'll wrap around. By the time that you deal with that vein, you've kind of got this misshapen cave that's being carved out. Maybe it's got dirt in the middle of it, you know, or maybe there's caves. Usually there's a cave opening underneath it, and if you're not careful, you'll fall through into, you know, an unexplored cave or something of that nature. So I guess that's kind of cool in a way, but it's it means you can't just dig into it like you would any other war, just, you know, collect it. You know, you have to just be kind of cautious. And like this, see, I've got this chunk up here, and I start cutting into it, and you know, to get to this coal, and then I have a pocket. And you think, oh well, I'll just start cutting away this pocket and open this up, and then as I go up, maybe it keeps going up, and pretty soon you've got this huge hole underneath you. So to get all the marble out, because you don't always need all the marble, but when you're trying to clear the marble out, then it becomes a little bit of a hassle. Okay, so I guess that's a good introductory video. We should probably go ahead and end this here. It's kind of a lackluster video, I have to say. I'm not sure where I want to go with this. I like to play Feed the Beast. I'm a little bit concerned, though, that the way the packs get updated, or you know, the mods change, that things will change. I was messing around with a Feed the Beast, and it's probably totally unrelated to the pack updates, but my world got corrupted, and I didn't care. I didn't make a backup because I didn't really care. I'm going to be trying to make backups of this one, you know, just because it's something that, you know, I already lost the first video series I was making, which was Technic anyway, and I'm not sure I would have continued it even if I had it, but it made the decision quite easy to have it no longer available. And that's I guess I've noticed that too about marble. You end up having a few, see, here's an area of caves that's unexplored, and if you're not careful, you fall right into it. That might be, yeah, that's that hole that I could see from above. That's what that is, I think. That I could see some marble. Oh no, you can't see it from here. There's an overhang, but you can see that marble. Maybe that's it. Let's see. Yeah, that goes outside, and this goes even deeper, which is a little bit scary. Not that scary, but you know. No, even more marble down there. See? That is just crazy. It's crazy the way marble works. The way it's placed in the world. Alright, so I need lots and lots of iron. Thankfully, we tend to find lots and lots of iron. So before I decide if I'm going to stay in this area, you know, I'm finding lots of goodies here. But before I decide if I'm staying, I'll look for a little feedback if anybody's got any about preferences. You know, because there's trees, I could start making a tree house. I could do both, actually. There's enough trees. I could build some above ground buildings, some below ground. Sometimes it's nice to build into the side of the hills or mountains. Not because you need to, just because, you know, it's interesting or fun. Interesting looking, usually. This has some caves below it, which could be of some use. Let's see, day, night, day, night. Yeah, this video is probably coming up on 40-some minutes. I might have to invest in a timer, because if I don't know if I'll ever be paying enough attention to what I'm doing to keep from driving everybody nuts. So that's that corner. Down here is the cave. Right around here should be the way up. Yeah, like so. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll end the video here. Let's look at the overhead map. Cobblestone village down there to the southwest. Ice or snow. And then way over that way, is that swamp? Or is that not a forest? What is that? That must be swamp. So if that's swamp, I have a good chance of finding a lot of clay and rubber. This might be a decent enough map, and there's plenty of red cobble. Oh my. Because I'd like to build some with red cobble. There's a lake right on the other side of my little hole in the ground here. There's a lake right over there. Okay. We might keep this. I don't know what I'm going to do off camera. I might do a lot of the basic building off camera. I'll probably experiment with that rather than try to do everything on camera. I'll do bits and pieces. Just depends on how the mood strikes me. But you know, like and subscribe if you find it even vaguely interesting, or you know, I'm open to comments and suggestions. But looking forward to the next video. Try to get another one out. Got a lot of family coming over. Kids aren't here right now. When the kids are here, it's almost impossible to record. So I will try to record when possible and get another one out. Thanks for watching. Mahalo.